This is V.I.Preloader, Shane, from New Caney, Texas. Shane is riding a 2018 CVO Ultra Limited. He's been riding since he was 6, mainly on dirt bikes, but also had a 750 Cantana and a CBR 1100 Super Blackbird. He said that altogether he's been riding approximately 8 years. And when I asked him, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how he would rate his slow speed motorcycle operating skills, he said he's a solid 2, yet he's making his way to a 3. He believes. And he says this is his first Harley, and it's exposed his lack of slow riding skills, but he loves the challenge. So as you guys can see here, Shane sent me 2 videos. But in these videos, which are over an hour long, he's doing every exercise 1 through 7. And he's doing quite well too. So I'm gonna let you know right now, Shane, you're FOS on the 2. I can tell you that right now. You're even FOS on the 3. You can see right here in exercise number 4. See how he's approaching and coming to a stop? That's exercise number 1. This is why we do all of these things in the beginning, because it always is relevant. See his head and eyes? He's making the right turn. Foot comes up as soon as the motorcycle starts to move. Just very well done, Shane. Here he's doing exercise number 5, single serpentine. He's not going too fast, which is a mistake a lot of people do. All right, his head and his eyes are straight ahead. 2. Come on now. We already have a 2 my ass. All right, he lives in Texas as well, so I don't know what's going on with Texas. Here he is with the U-turns. All right, the right U-turn looks good. Watch his head and his eyes. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nicely done, Shane. I can't say 2 my ass because it's taken already. So if you're going to say you're working on a 3, let me know when you think you're a 3, and then I can say 3 my ass. Now look at this. This is what we go through as preloaders. We're out there practicing. Sometimes the weather says, okay, practice over for you. And I've been through this, Shane, so I felt your pain, but I felt it more because it was at a larger scale. Here he goes. And I remember when I had those cones and the wind decided to tell me, we're going to make things harder for you. But Shane, thank you for sharing this with me. And yes, I watched all of Shane's video. I appreciate it. And I appreciate him letting me share it with Preloaded Nation. All right, keep it up, Shane. You are not a 2 or a 3. Oh. Oh, the shoulder. Whew, the shoulder is still bothering me, guys. However, if the push-ups are left here on the practice session, they have to be done. And those push-ups were left from practice session number 28. I'm not saying any names, but it was only one person here with me. That's all I'm going to say. How you doing, guys? Welcome to practice session number 29. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back. Always nice to have you guys here with me. For you guys that have never been here before, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant. I worked a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit. of my channels called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And I created this channel so that I can share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit with you guys, with a special focus on slow speed operation, because that's the aspect of riding a motorcycle that most motorcycle riders lack. And it's, in my opinion, the most important, because that skill is required when you're riding these motorcycles at slow speeds. That's when you need to be the boss of the motorcycle. And that's another thing I want to help you guys do. I want to help you be the boss of the motorcycle. And all that simply means is I want you to be confident when you slow down, because that's when 100% of your skill is needed. The boss is in control. The boss is confident. The boss knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And that's what I want to help you guys do when it comes to riding these things. I also hold practice sessions on a weekly basis, usually in this parking lot out here in Pooler, Georgia. All right, these practice sessions are free to my V.I.Preloaders. And if you guys are interested in coming out here and practicing with us, go to the description section of any of my videos, this one or any other one. And there's a lot of information in there I want you guys to take a look at. But in particular, I'm talking about practice sessions. Go down to where it says practice sessions, read what it tells you to do, and do it. All right? And for those of you that are interested in becoming V.I.Preloaders so that you can come out here and practice with us for free, along with other perks that V.I.Preloaders get, there's a join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. Click that button, and that's how you'll be able to become a V.I.Preloader. And if you're not really sure if you want to be a V.I.Preloader yet, but you'd like more information on it, click that same button. As soon as you click it, it's going to play a video. The video is just going to give you some more information about what V.I.Preloaders receive. Okay? All right, guys. And lastly, I do understand, guys, that not everyone wants to come out here and practice in a group environment on YouTube. So I do get that. So I do offer private lessons. All right. So if you guys are interested in that, or you want more information on that, go to my website. All right. I'm going to link it right down here. Just check it out. All right. Take a look at it. And if that's something that interests you, take advantage of it. All right, guys. So again, I want to thank the V.I.Preloader that provided that video to me. Now, guys, he provided me with over an hour of video. He did exercises 1 through 7. And I think he did great. All right, so any of you other V.I.Preloaders out there, if you want to send me a video of you practicing so that I can share it with Preloader Nation, by all means, send it to the email address on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. And, you know, we'll make that happen, all right? I always like to, I need everybody to see everybody practicing. Guys, I'm so, so proud of all of you guys. It's just amazing to me the difference that is being made out there in the motorcycle riding community, particularly in Preloader Nation, okay? It shows the pride that you guys have, the dedication that you guys have to being better on your motorcycles and being confident. You know, every time I get an email and somebody tells me, Rob, I've been riding a motorcycle for 25 years. I watched some of your videos, gave me enough confidence to actually go now, get my license, get my endorsement. They've been riding 25 years, riding dirty, right? Again, this is all about confidence. That's why I always tell you guys that's the #1 goal, because everything else is going to follow once your confidence goes up. Okay? All right. So again, guys, proud of you. Keep it up. And as I always say, share this. You guys learn new things. You practice new things. I'm learning new stuff every day. Make sure you share it. That's the only way we're going to get this out to as many people as possible. I can make 1 million videos. All right. And that's going to reach people, that whoever it's going to reach. But if you guys also, I know a lot of you guys have friends that you do talk to about this, and they're like, nah, not interested. Their confidence is low. I guarantee that's the only way. Think about that. That's the only reason anybody would be doing anything in their life that they clearly could be doing better. And when somebody says to them, hey, can I help you do that better? And they go, no. Logically, especially if we're talking about something that you can die on, right? Or kill somebody else. All right. So anyway, enough said about that. We're not going to get everybody. You know, that's just life. Nothing's going to be 100%, but we definitely got to do better than 2%. You agree, guys? All right. What'd you say? What does that say on my shirt? It says Preloader Nation, right? On the back, Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. You guys know, my wife, always hard at work. I told you guys, if I was running the merchandise on this channel, it'd be 3 colors, black, blue, and gray, because that's the colors that a dude would come up with. But this is one of the, well, at least newer colors to me that my wife created. And I want to, again, thank her so much. She does such a phenomenal job in everything that she does. But in particular, I'm talking about what she does for me and what she does for you. Take a look at some of her stuff. All right, I'm so proud of her. I'm just so proud of her. I mean, we don't do anything half-assed in the Simmons household, and you know that's just the way it is. So we're an awesome team. We're a power couple, and I love everything about what that woman is and what she does, and I appreciate her, and I hope you guys do as well. All right, but anyway, she's here now. She's over here setting up the tent and the chairs and the fan. So I'm gonna set up the cones. All right, and when the VI preloaders get here, we're gonna talk to them, find out their names, where they're from, what they're riding, how long they've been riding, and how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed motorcycle operation. All right, guys. All right, guys, we got the V.I.Preloaders here. We're getting ready to get started. It is 9:01. It's 75 degrees, but it feels like it's 90 already. It's crazy out here. I mean, it's just so crazy. 75 is usually a temperature that's like, oh, it's nice. But anyway, let's do this. You see this guy here, all black, stormtrooper looking? What's your name, sir?
Joe.
Joe, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio, about 20 minutes south of Cleveland.
You didn't ride straight here, did you?
Oh, I did.
Oh, my God. How long is that?
Well, I stopped in Tennessee. That was about 9 hours.
Wow.
Stopped 3 times. And then from Tennessee to out here, that was about 6 hours.
Wow. I mean, that's just outstanding. This guy right here, we're going to talk to him in a second, but he's getting excited just listening to that. Okay. How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
I think about 9 years.
Okay. And what are you riding today?
Riding my 17 Street Glide.
Okay, now is this is not your first motorcycle, correct?
No. It's about my 5th one.
Okay. And have you always ridden baggers?
No. I had a Fat Bob before this, and then 2 Sportsters, and then 2 Hondas.
Look at this. You bought it like this, or this is all your work?
No, I had somebody paint it.
Look at that.
It used to be all denim black.
That's the guy's name that painted it?
Yep, Gerardo. I don't know how to say his last name.
Wow, this is pretty nice. Look at this.
Gerardo Q.
Wow, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Anything else you do to this bike you want to share with your fellow preloaders?
Put a crap ton of lights on the back.
Okay, very good.
I got down there, and then the bottom fender light lights up. The
rear
custom
facial lights.
Yep.
Yep. Very nice, very nice. This guy did your helmet too?
No, I bought it like that.
Oh, okay. All right, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
I would give myself about a 4. I can do a figure 8, but
Four.
we'll see today.
Okay. All right, guys. There's a couple of people that come here that I'm meeting for the first time. Joe's one of them. Pleasure to meet him. But they also send me videos. So I'm going to say right now, that 4, I think he's FOS. All right. What's the size on these handlebars? The 12s?
Those are 12s.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. See, I need that because just looking at that, it looks so much more comfortable.
Oh, it's nice.
Especially on my Limited. So,
Yep.
All right, man. Nice to meet you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we're going to talk to this gentleman over here.
What is this I'm holding?
A microphone.
A microphone?
Yeah.
Super.
Bruce.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Bruce.
Where you from, Bruce?
I live here in Savannah.
Okay, beautiful. How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
Maybe about 2 years.
2 years? Okay, and what are you riding today?
This is a 2003 BMW R1150 RT.
Wow, that's a long...
That's a lot of letters.
Yes, but...
Yeah, but it's a boxer. It's an air cooled. And so in the 1150 they made an R, an RS, RT. They make a lot on that platform.
What's the difference between an RS and an RT?
Sport and touring. So this is, has full full panniers and a lot more fairing wind protection.
Gotcha. Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
Oh, slow speed skills. Yeah, 2, 1.
2? 1, 2? A 12?
No.
No, not 1, 2? Between 1 and 2?
No, I've been doing some parking lot stuff, and I've dropped it a couple times.
Well, that's par for the course. We all drop it.
It hurts.
Oh, okay. It hurts your pride or your physically?
No, physically it's not a problem.
Good. That's all I'm concerned about. We'll deal with the other stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Nice to meet you, Bruce. Nice to meet you, Bruce. I'm looking forward. Don't forget to turn your phone off because it's on. All right. We're going to talk to... Well, the good thing, Bruce is not... the good thing for you is Bruce is here also out of uniform, so you don't have to feel too bad. What's your name, sir?
Michael Taylor.
Okay, Mike, you guys that don't know Mike, check out practice session number 25, practice session number 26. Mike, where you from?
Memphis, Tennessee. God's country.
You got a YouTube channel, correct?
I do. Real Riders Ride. The biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interweb.
Absolutely. Guys, check out his channel. Good stuff. Good guy. Good stuff. Check out his channel. Real Riders Ride. And he says that all the time, real ride. I say, Mike, there's a category 4 hurricane coming. You driving or riding? Real Riders Ride. That's always going to be his answer. All right, what are you riding today?
I've got my 2018 Harley Road Glide Ultra and this special color. This is called Dirty Red.
Dirty Red.
Yep.
This is Ida Lee.
Ida Lee.
All right, hold up. That wasn't there before, was it? That red, that like orange ring around the rim?
Yeah, no, it's been there.
Really?
Yep.
How the hell did I miss that? Oh, okay, all right. Well, listen. Real riders ride. This guy rides a lot of miles. Mike, how long you been riding?
I've been riding for about 2 years and 4 months.
All right, I want you guys to remember that. So, not to cut into Mike's time, Mike came down here. Mike came to my house. We played some pool. We talked about some things. Mike was not even interested in a motorcycle. Rob introduced you, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Rob asked him, does he ride? And he kind of went like this to Rob, like, nobody wants that.
It's dangerous.
2 years. I want you to watch this guy. Right? 2 years. And he's not riding. You know, I don't like to focus on the size and the weight, but he's not riding a small motorcycle either. All right? Just watch him. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, Mike, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
I'm going to contain myself down to about a 5, maybe a 5.5.
Okay.
If I can ever conquer the maze, you know, maybe I'll give myself a promotion. But until then.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, man. Definitely nice to meet you. Last but not least, come on over here, Shorty 140.
All right. I'm trying to get down to that.
Okay, by the way, Joe, thank you for supporting the channel. Merchandise, I love it. Trust and believe. Kevin, thank you as well. Preload and
Keep it loaded.
see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about.
You
This
know,
guy,
at first
man,
I was like,
he don't watch the videos.
I'm about to say, get a beer.
Here's what I want Kevin to
what
know.
he was-
I want Kevin to know I appreciate him supporting the channel. He's a V.I.Preloader. He buys merchandise. But if he didn't do any of that, but he just practiced and watched my videos, I'll take that. He's pretty good, but I need him to watch the videos too, right? Because when we come out here, he's like it's the first time. All right, Kevin. What's your name?
Kevin,
Where you from, Kev?
I'm Pula, Georgia. Right
Okay.
around the corner from you.
That's correct. Literally. How long you been riding a motorcycle?
Just want to say 10 years on and off.
Okay, what are you riding today?
Riding the 109M Boulevard.
Okay, guys, and I want you guys to. You see this back tire, guys? This is not a easy motorcycle to turn. But the rules don't change, guys. The rules do not change. And you're going to see when Kevin's on this motorcycle, he's pretty stretched out on this motorcycle, right? People have watched it and said, oh, man, he's got to get a seat closer to him because his legs are all the way stretched out. His arms are all the way stretched out. But with that in mind, I want you to watch him. He is excellent on this motorcycle. Excellent. All right, Kevin, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, after I just told the whole world you're excellent, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
Not where I like to be.
Uh-huh.
I'm still going to hover at a 4.
Okay.
The reason being, I still have the maze to conquer, and I still have the, I don't know what
Snowman?
the snowman. I want to conquer those. Once I conquer those two, then I will move myself 5 and higher. Other than that, all the other items or obstacles I can do. The left turn, right turn is on and off. It's
Okay.
every other Sunday.
Okay. You know why it's on and off every other Sunday?
We know why, but
Okay.
we don't need to tell the world.
Okay. Okay.
Practice makes perfect.
That's right. He's half right. Practice makes better because nobody's perfect, okay? Now, you heard him and you heard Mike say they're going to raise their number when they could do the bonus exercise, which is the maze. Like I always tell you guys, I don't give a crap if you can never, ever make an 18-foot U-turn. It's just not necessary. But I know people want to challenge themselves. I had somebody send me an email saying, and I watched him. He sent me a video. He's making 18-foot U-turns, but he wants to he's dying to scrape his boards. So at the end of the day, I say, if that's going to make you happy, knock yourself out, knock it out. All right, guys, we got 1 through 9 and a bonus plus a bonus. I'll explain. I got a surprise for you guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome. Ark? What do I hear? Yeah, that's okay. Very good. Guys, again, welcome. 1 through 9 today and a bonus plus. All right, and I'll explain that later. Like I told you guys, we got something coming. Oh, he's on a street glide. I almost thought it was Wood Juniors, but it's got a tour pack on it. And it's got the whip on it. There's a lot of Wood Junior stuff going on right there. What's going on, man? Are you joining us today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Park right here. I got faith in you, man.
Everybody look away.
All right. All right, tell the people your name, sir.
Akeeli J. Sr. from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Did you ride here today? Not today, but you rode here
I
from
started riding Saturday night
Uh-huh.
because I was off. I'm a truck driver.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to get certain days off. But
Yeah.
I got to New Orleans. They talked about a hurricane was coming.
Yeah.
So I just needed a reason to ride.
Beautiful. Look at that. That's lemons and lemonade, guys. All right, guys. I just want to say first, shout out to the truck drivers out there. Now, I get a lot of truck drivers that come to my private lessons, and it's for the same reason that he just said. The days off, or sometimes not on the weekends.
Yeah, it's not.
Right? So
not-
if that's something that's going to help you guys out, just know it's available for you, okay? All right, but enough of that. Tell us about this motorcycle. What is it?
I got my inspiration from this guy named Official Mac. I got to give him his props. He's down in Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole mat system outside of a subwoofer, a 12-inch subwoofer for spare tire sub, Sur Vega. 2 6x5s in the bat wing, 2 6x5s in the lower fairings, 2 6x9 in the the tour pack. 2 mid-base drivers, 10-inch in each saddlebag, 1 in each saddlebag, and then a 12-inch Sur Vega subwoofer in the back, and it's heavy as hell. So when it falls, I just look at it.
What would you say this motorcycle weighs?
About 1,000.
Okay, so you're pretty much where we are, so don't worry about it, man.
It's about 800. I mean, like 6, 7. It's between 7 and 800, by itself. But everything else I added.
Okay.
Yeah, when it go down, I just let it go.
Okay. Very good.
But I haven't gone. I've gone down in anticipating people turning, and they just sit there, and then they go when the cars are going, and then I'm in that turn, and it goes.
All right, we're going to talk about that. I'm glad that he said that because my buddy Kevin over here dropped my Road King, and he told me to. Yeah, Mike said, that was you?
I did exactly what he did.
And he
The
did exactly
anticipation of them
what they
moving.
get. He did exactly what that guy did. He said he was getting ready to make a turn. Somebody walked in front of him, and
No, it was a car. It was
Yeah.
a car. They'd be sitting there in the medium, and instead of them going, it's like go, 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 go. They wait until the cars get right there, then go, and you're stuck in that turn,
yeah.
and then it just goes down.
Okay.
Because you don't have no momentum.
So Kevin, please stop. Kevin is still trying to justify that what he did is not a drop. We're not going to go over that anymore. Like I said, if the motorcycle is going down and you can't stop it from going down, it's a drop. I told him if he didn't drop it, that means he purposely put my motorcycle on the ground. So anyway, at the end of the day, what I told Kevin, I'm going to tell Akeeli the same thing. That's why we practice. And I explained to Kevin, all he had to do, the motorcycle wouldn't have dropped. But when you don't practice, you don't know what to do when something like that happens. That's why the motorcycle falls. All right, but we're gonna go over all of that stuff. I also saw on his motorcycle. Can I hear his horn?
I just started riding October 26th of last year, so
Oh, okay, good. He's 2 years. And how long you said you've been riding now, Bruce? About 2 years. So we're up, everybody's kind of fairly new, but that's pretty good. Can I hit his horn? Because I'm looking at it.
my horn, it doesn't do. It didn't do what it said it was going to do. It's called false advertisement, so
Oh,
so
okay.
you guys don't. It's called the Big Bad Max.
Yeah, but it ain't too big. All right, turn it off.
It should have been. It should have been a train horn. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead on to my trucker side and put me a L horn right there.
Get rid of the horn. Just turn the volume up on this system. All these speakers, you'll be fine. They're gonna hear you.
No. I want them to think a truck behind them.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, trucker. I see he's got the Insta360 camera as well. So you got a bunch
I don't
of
know how to
stuff.
work it. That's why I came here to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Very good.
I think it's recording right now, but
No, it's not. No red light.
no red light. Okay.
Yeah. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
-20.
-20. All right. We'll work on it, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Same here.
All right. Let's
I
get
have,
started. Embarrassed about, you can be ashamed about it, but it's nothing to be embarrassed about because believe you me, if you drop your motorcycle, you are not, Now, we always talk about only 2% of the motorcycle riding community can actually ride like, like I ride. 98% of the motorcycle community cannot, like simple arithmetic. 100% of the motorcycle community drop their motorcycles, right? And if they don't, it's because they're riding like So, yeah. So, and again, I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. I don't do that.
They said there's only 2 riders, ones that dropped it, ones that's looking for a place to drop it.
That's right. Now that's been recoined. There's 2 kinds of riders now: regular riders and preloaders, right?
Okay.
And we're preloaders.
Okay.
So a preloader, we understand the definition. For people that send me messages saying, "What's a preloader?" I know they're new. I tell them to check the description section. I'm going to actually let you guys know. To be a preloader, A, you have to be subscribed to Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. B, you have to be dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. That's it. Those 2 things make you a preloader. Now, if you ask me what does preload mean, you got to look that up because that's, it's in the description section. All right, guys, 1 through 9 and a bonus. I'm not going to forget exercise number 1 this time. I've been forgetting this heat exhaustion. So I'm going to put the camera all the way down here. Okay. You guys are going to go all the way down there. Okay. All right. The first exercise is starting and stopping. So guys, I was watching some of my old videos and Mike actually asked me, he said, where did you get these exercises from? And I said, I just kind of put some stuff together that I thought made sense. And I was kind of just making it up as I went along. I would do a practice session and see something that was needed and then add it. That's why if you look at those practice session number 1, 2, 3, the single serpentine was exercise number 3 back then. Now it's number 5 because I had to add trust and believe. And Mike actually said he did on Real Riders Ride. Check out that channel. He did a critique on my practice session when we did it in Tennessee. And in that critique, he said each one of these exercises build off the other. And that was very well said. And I never thought to say it that way, but that's really what I was trying to do. But the key is to remember, we start with exercise number 1, 2. 1 is a stop and start. It's actually stop and start. 2 is the slow ride. We start with those 2 because no matter what we do, no matter what you do out there on your motorcycle, no matter what you're riding, no matter how fast you ride, you always are doing exercise 1 and 2. You might not be doing it properly, but you're doing it. And that's what we're going to talk about. All right. So yeah, down there, when I signal, you're going to come to me, get up to about 2nd gear. Okay. Then you're going to slow down, front brake, front and rear if you want, however you want to do it. All I care about is when you're getting ready to come to a stop, you're on your rear brake only. 15 miles per hour or less. All right. Now people ask me, what? I don't understand. I use my front brake. I don't need to use my rear brake. What's the big deal? It's important that you guys know, like I said, there's more than one way to do anything. Can I come to a stop nice and smooth using my front brake? Absolutely. Yeah. Have I done it? Yes. But if you're just now starting doing this slow speed motorcycle operation, now coming to a stop is easy. Your motorcycle's going straight. When you're in a turn, no, you can't be touching that front brake. But if you're in the habit of doing it, that's what you're going to do. And remember, we practice to get better, but we also practice for uh-oh. Because when uh-oh happens, you want to rely on your practice or what you've been doing practice-wise, muscle memory, not your instinct. And that's what we're out here to fight, instinct. Putting your foot down is an instinct, but it's not what you're supposed to do out here. You're supposed to do that, but we're going to talk about that. All right? Rear brake, come to a smooth stop. As I always say, you know when the motorcycle's stopping because you're stopping it. So there's no reason to have your foot out, 25 feet before you're going to stop. As soon as the motorcycle is going to stop, and I actually did a video on this, if your clutch is all the way in and you're about to stop and it feels a little wiggly, go back into the friction zone. Stay on the rear brake at the same time. It's going to allow you to come to a smooth stop. Because remember, when you're giving power to the rear wheel, the motorcycle wants to stand up and it wants to go straight. So you're using the rear brake against that power. That's going to stabilize you. That's going to help you come to a smooth stop. And then when you come to a stop, now you can pull the clutch all the way in, put your foot down, or put both feet down if you want. However you want to do it, that's fine. Then when it's time to take off, preload and keep it loaded. Again, my older videos, I used to just say preload. But I realized doing this exercise, people would preload, and then as soon as they started to move, you'd hear the throttle go down. So it's important that you get used to keeping it loaded because it's not as important going straight, But if you're in a turn and you don't keep it loaded, although we've seen people here not keep it loaded and the bike goes and fall right there. Because once it does that and you're not expecting it, it's heavy. Once it gets to a certain point, it's going to be a drop, Kevin. Yes, it's still a drop. All right? All right. Any questions? All right, guys, exercise number 1. Starting and stopping. I know it sounds basic. We want to make sure we're doing it right. Kevin, what are you doing?
I think you just stop and go.
Yeah, stop and go. Why you doing the slow ride?
Oh. You know what? Then I cut off.
Keep it loaded, baby.
I ain't never just cut off.
It happens. That's what happens when you blip the throttle.
All right. Stop and go.
But you know what? It cut off while he was right here going straight. No problem. Perfect. You can park. Nice preload. All right, we got Joe here. Good job, Joe. You can park. Nice preload. Nice. All right, this is Bruce. All right, Bruce, remember, you know when it's going to stop. So when you put your foot down, you shouldn't have to do this. Make sure you press that rear brake down so that you actually come to a stop when you're ready to come to a stop. Try one more time.
I wasn't sure where you wanted me to.
Oh, I don't care. Wherever he is, fine.
Okay.
Try one more time. That's 10 push-ups.
You said use it. You got it. 10 push-ups.
All right, let's try it again. Preload. Good. All right, downshift, good. Oh.
Twice.
All right, let's try it again, Kev.
Twice.
Let's try it again.
No, not whole.
It happens. It happens.
You want to come to a complete stop and then go, right?
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay, better. Remember, everything nice and easy. Don't smash that rear brake. All right? Okay, you can park. Nice U-turn, Bruce. Bike sounds good. Nice. Keep your foot on that rear brake. See how you're rolling backwards? That's why you cover that rear brake. All right, you can park. Oh, oh. Now what's happening there? Why do you keep losing? Oh, it happens. It's balance. Okay. All right. Preload. You can park. All right, guys. Exercise number 2, the slow ride. I got it right this time. I'm gonna talk to them first about something. All right, guys. Good job. I want to talk about one thing. So, Ezekiel. Akeeli. Why do I keep saying Ezekiel? Oh, I just noticed. Akeeli.
Try to steal it.
Akeeli, Bruce. So I noticed that you guys, when you start to go, you're not covering the rear brake. So the first time Bruce went, now Bruce, how long have you been watching the channel? I'm sorry, not Bruce. Akeeli, how long you been watching this channel?
On and off as much as I can since about January. Maybe,
Okay.
Maybe February. You, Dan the Fireman, Woods Jr.
Okay, so I'll leave it up to the other V.I.Preloaders here. He grabbed his front brake when he came to a stop. I told him he owed me 10 push-ups. He said, you said that you, oh man, I was gonna leave it up to,
Not with the cross.
Well, that's how I do mine. But I was gonna say I was gonna leave it up to you guys whether you had to do them because he said you said it's possible, but preloaders know we don't do it.
I know. You said go back to your video.
No, I know what I said.
Whichever way to come to a complete stop, just do it right now. I said, okay, so we're using the front brake right now? Okay.
Oh no, I definitely didn't say that.
Because I was like, he said never use the front brake. That's 10 push-ups.
All right, so, but what I would, thank you for being a disciplined preloader, by the way.
No problem.
What I do want to talk to you guys about is that rear brake thing. So I want you guys to understand that the rear brake is for control and the front brake is really for stopping. So I want you to always be in control of your motorcycle. If you're in the habit of starting without covering the rear brake, that's when you're going to have problems when you're doing something like the right and left turns, because you don't want to give yourself too much power and now have to search for the rear brake. And now because you're doing it in haste, you smash it. And that's when you start losing control. So you start always by covering the rear brake so that when you start controlled. Now, again, there's exceptions to everything. If there's nothing in front of you and you don't want to do that, that's fine. But again, if you are in the habit of doing it, you won't have to think about it. It's muscle memory. And that's why we practice. We want to make all of this stuff muscle memory, okay? All right. Exercise number 2, the slow ride, which Kevin was doing in exercise number 1. Joe, I think your bike's on. So now, exercise number 1, we were starting and stopping. Exercise number 2, when you started in exercise number 1, you preload, you keep it loaded, cover the rear brake, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot or feet, as soon. Bruce, I saw you as your motorcycle was moving, you kind of still like had your feet out, but that's what we're here to work on. That's confidence that we have to build up. We need you to trust and believe that as long as you have power going to the rear wheel, your feet are irrelevant. You don't need them. You're going to be fine, right? If you chop my legs off, I can still do this course. It'll be a little harder because I won't have my rear brake. But my point is, you don't need your feet, all right, to stabilize the motorcycle, I mean. Now, exercise number 2, same thing. You're going to start the same way, but now you're not going to go to second gear, third gear. You're in traffic. You're going to stay in the friction zone. And what I want you to do is I want you to go as slow as you can go, right? If you can ride in a straight line, you're going too fast, all right? I'm going to be walking beside you, and if you're going too fast, I'm going to say slow down, slow down. You might hear me say slow down, preload, slow down, keep it loaded. It's not an oxymoron because there's a difference between speed and power. I don't want you to go fast. All you got to do is give that rear wheel power, and you're going to be fine. Just like I told you, stopping, using the rear brake to work against the throttle, it's going to stabilize you, okay? So if you're doing this with your handlebars, that's fine. You're working it out. The point is, I want you to feel like you need to put your foot down, and rather than doing that, open up the clutch because you're already preloaded, so you don't have to worry about the throttle. Open up the clutch a little bit, just a little, or you could just use the rear brake, all right? I do both, all right? It depends on the situation. That's why I tell people, that's why we practice, and that's why we want to be the boss, because the boss knows what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And certain situations are going to require you to do certain things, okay? Any questions? Right behind him, right behind him. All right, real ride is right. Let's do it. You know what else real riders do? They know how to ride slow. So this is not one of these guys that just brags about how many miles he rides. He also knows how to ride slow, which means he actually knows how to ride his motorcycle. Good job, you can park. Good job. Here's throttle, steady, not too high, using that rear brake. Good job, Joe. All right. Cover that rear brake. There you go. Slow down. Good. right, good job. You can park. Nice. Give me a little more throttle. Okay. Slow down, slow down. Slow down. Keep it loaded. All right, do that one more time, Bruce. All right, buddy, roll. We got the throttle blipper here, the throttle blipper. Good. Ah, you can park, Kevin. Good. Good job. All right, Bruce. Slow down. Good. Slow down. 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 Brake, brake, brake. All right, good. You can park. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 3, trust and believe. So important, guys. Got to practice this one. All right, guys. Trust and believe. So important. This is what I was talking to Bruce about. It's important to trust and believe, and it's important to practice this exercise. The good thing is you don't need cones to practice this. I don't suggest you practice it in the middle of traffic, but you could practice it anywhere. It's important because, oh my God, I'm just looking at how clean this motorcycle is. And real riders ride. I'm messing with him because he's going to start talking about street glide, road glide. He thinks that's the best thing since sliced bed, but I just love the look of the street glide and the limit. It's the front. It just does something to me. It speaks to my soul. Okay, sorry to lose focus, but the glare coming off of this chrome, it's just, you know, these Armor All tires that real riders ride told me, I can't believe you do that. You just got to know what you're doing, all right? Okay.
You don't put it on the riding part, right?
That's right. Just put it on the sidewall. You'll be fine. And use gel. Don't spray. If you're spraying it, come on now. And only a preloader has to really worry about that because we're the only ones really leaning, right? Okay. So, trust and believe is important because somebody asked me, when am I going to get over this feeling of falling? Never. And my answer was never. You're never going to get over the feeling, but how you deal with it is what we're working on, right? So, I want you to, there's 5 steps in this exercise. First step. What's always the first step, Kevin? Oh, I'm sorry, I said Kevin. Kevin, what's always the first step? See, you see, guys, this is what I mean. This is an uneducated V.I. preloader, and it's because he does not watch the videos. What's step number 1? Always, in everything we do. Mike?
First gear.
Yes. Make sure your motorcycle's in first gear. That's so important, guys, because if you're in the wrong gear and you need power, you're screwed. Okay? So before you do anything, make sure your motorcycle's in first gear. That's step 1. Okay? And your gear changer is down here, your left foot. So that's where we start. This is a rectangle. Kevin, step number 2. All right, I'm going to have to edit that out because he's using, you know, he's saying stuff that has a sexual connotation. He said load. I don't know what he's talking about. Joe, step number 2?
Cover the rear brake.
Yes, we're coming across. Cover the rear brake, okay? Make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Oh no, the love bugs are out already. As my wife calls them, flying fornicators. Step number 3. Step number 3, Joe.
Preload.
Preload and keep it loaded, right? So now we're up here, okay? So you started on the
bike on at this time?
The bike's on. Yeah, the bike's on. Now, I'm glad Akeeli said that because I remember, I forget which practice session, I said, I refuse to turn the bike on because I think everybody knows that. See, I was wrong. So good. That's why I like questions.
That's why I said
Ask.
put the bike on at first.
No, then you said I was just kidding. Come on now. I don't even need the recording to know that. My memory's good when it comes to words.
Okay? So, let me turn the bike on so there's no confusion. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Now I'm covering the rear brake because when we do the rest of the steps, when you clutch right before the sweet spot, and we do that because we don't want to be searching for it when we need the power. When I pick up my left foot and the motorcycle starts to fall, when I open up the clutch, I don't need my motorcycle flying forward out of control. That's why I'm covering the rear brake all the time. All right? Preload, keep it loaded. Don't need a lot of power. Clutch right before the sweet spot. There it is for me. Pick up my left foot. Now, I don't want you to pick up your left foot and then just open up the clutch. I need you to feel the motorcycle falling. All right? If you don't feel the motorcycle falling, it defeats the purpose of this exercise. Because remember, you don't forget feelings. You don't forget feelings. Your maddest, your saddest, your baddest, your loved it. You're never going to forget that. That feeling of, uh-oh, is fear. I need you to feel that. And that's why you practice this over and over, because you'll start associating that feeling, that fear, with this. Not this. Uh-oh. Don't put your foot down. All right? Especially with a motorcycle 1,000 pounds, you're just asking for trouble. All right, first gear, cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Pick up my left foot. As soon as I feel it starting to go, and see how I'm in control. Rear brake. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded, clutch right before the sweet spot, pick up my foot, and I'm in control. I ain't gonna hit you. But if I was on that brake, different story, right? All right, any questions? Remember, you don't need a lot of power. Also, don't open your clutch like this. If you do that, you're gonna do like, what's his name did? You're gonna do a wheelie out here. Well, we won't do a wheelie. But the point is, we don't do anything herky-jerky on our motorcycles. Okay. Bruce was coming to a stop, and the second time he came around, I told him, listen, make sure you use that rear brake. And oh, he used it. And I saw him do like this. No, everything nice and easy, all right? You do something herky-jerky, your motorcycle is going to react herky-jerky and try to tell you it's the boss. That's when you're going to cover the rear brake and say, no, I'm the boss. All right? Pull up to those cones. All right, Mike, let's go. Real riders can get out of that, man. Now, I'm coming to move it. I just wanted you to see all that shine.
Well, that's how they look when they stay in the garage.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I cleaned it last night. Full disclosure. Put it on the jack.
You cleaned a clean bike.
Nah, it wasn't clean, man. It wasn't clean, man. All right, trust and believe. Ready when you are. Nice. Q doesn't have to do that again if he doesn't want to. Nice stop. See when he stops? Exercise number 1. Let out! Good. Woo! That was good. All right, buddy, Ro. You might not know the steps, but I know you know how to do it.
Yep, ready.
Yeah, he's moving a tiny bit. All right, so we don't use our feet while we're moving the motorcycle at all. That's exercise number 2. From there to here. Exercise number 2. Feet up, you're doing the slow ride. Okay? All right. Don't move at all, don't move at all. All right, keep it loaded. Throttle's a little low. Keep it loaded, throttle's too low. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Now we'll have to do that again. All right.
So what you want me to do again?
You in first gear? Make sure you're in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. spot. Okay, right before that, and then just pick up your foot. Don't let the motorcycle move at all until you feel it falling, and then open up the clutch, nice and easy. You good? Oh, stop it. Nothing's gonna happen here. Nothing's gonna happen here.
Okay.
Let it out, let it out. Good! Good! Kevin, this time I don't want you to let the motorcycle move an inch. Bruce, you're after him. You only been doing this since January. All right. Trust and believe. Bruce, you're next. Let it out. Good, good. All right, we're gonna work on the stopping. Remember, you're in control. You know when it's gonna stop. All right, make sure we keep that throttle up and level. What's that red light blinking?
It's my ABS.
Oh, okay. Preload, keep it loaded, cover that rear brake. Make sure the motorcycle doesn't move. Right now it's moving. So you have to control that with the rear brake. A little more throttle. Give me up to about 2,000 on this bike. Don't move. Keep it loaded. Right there. Pick up your foot. Let the clutch out. Let it out, let it out, let it out. All right. Gonna have Akeeli do it again. Good. Exercise 1 and 2, we're always doing it.
I'm used to truck driving, so loading and not having covering the rear brake, just using the clutch and the thing. That's what I'm used to. That's why it's a fear thing right now.
Well, have you practiced this before? Trust and believe?
I've been doing everything that I could think of.
Have you done this exercise? Have you done this exercise? No. Okay, so don't worry about it. It's your first time doing it.
I know, that's why I'm afraid.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why we're out here practicing. Because confidence takes care of fear. But you did it. That was good the way you did it.
Okay.
Preload.
That's too high.
No, it's not too high. It's okay. That's fine. Don't let the motorcycle move. Pick up your foot. Let it out. Good, good, good. All right. All right, guys. Trust and believe was good. But you see, exercise 1 and 2, even in exercise number 3, rolling up to it, it comes into play. That's why I told Bruce, no, we don't do that. That's exercise number 2. All right. Right turns, left turns from a stop. I know you guys love this one. Exercise number 4. All right, you guys could dismount if you'd like, so you can actually see what I'm talking about over here, what I'm pointing at and such. This is exercise number 4. Right turns, left turns. It could be left turns or right turns too. There's no particular order it has to be in. But from a stop, something that is so important, something that we should all know how to do, but a lot of people have a hard time doing it. All right, guys, so I don't know if I didn't start it recording or if it shut off, but just missed a whole bunch of stuff. I apologize. But there is one thing I'm going to go over again, and I'll do it on the motorcycle. Everybody mount up, straight through. Everybody, same time. Everybody's going through. No, straight. Did you go through already? Straight through. Don't stop. Both sides, straight through. Good. Let it out. Good, Bruce, good. Too much speed, too much speed. Good. Throttle, get that throttle up, get that throttle up. He's idling through that turn, that's not good. Good, nice and slow and controlled. Stay right there, Joe. Okay, remember, everything we do out here is slow and controlled. So I don't want you incorporating speed on anything. This is where bosses are created. And if you want to be the boss, you got to go slow. So when you're flying through here, some of you guys are leaning right from here. Remember exercise number 4, I don't know if you watched the video, the way I park my motorcycles in my garage. If I made the turn from that spot the way you guys are, I'd be hitting my other motorcycles. That's what you guys would be doing if this if this cone, which I told you guys to imagine, is this high. You can't cut this corner. Bring your motorcycle out, turn the handlebars, keep it straight up. There's no reason to lean the motorcycle, okay? You leaning the motorcycle is just you saying, I don't feel comfortable going that slow. I want the motorcycle to take over a little bit, all right? Okay, go ahead. Keep it straight up, don't worry about it. Come on, you got it, man. That rear brake is your friend, use it. But keep it loaded, you gotta keep it loaded. Nice! Head and eyes! Nice, but he's looking right down at his gauges. He's not even looking at the cones. He's looking at the gauges. Head and eyes, Kevin. Nice! Very nice. Pick up that foot, trust and believe. Bruce, you got a cone. Cone. Under your bike, a cone. I understand, man. You gotta stop drinking. You know how you get your balance? You go into the friction zone and use the rear brake. That's how you get your balance. Thanks, Mike. You did it too, both ways, right? All right, come to a stop. All right, let's try that again. You see the difference? It's easier to stop if you do this straight up. If you lean, you can still do it. It's just more work. All right. Whoa, whoa. Look at me. You looking down there before you move. Look at me. No, don't look at your RPMs. Listen to the engine. Yes. There we go. Beautiful. All right, Bruce, come on, you got this. Look at me. Pick up that foot. Good. Rear brake. Get off that. Don't even think about it. Get the finger off of it. All right, try it again. Good. Much better. Much better. You just do it regularly. Good, good. Speed! Too much speed! He's got to use that rear brake. I got it. Yeah, get back in line. I got it. Clutch hand already? Oh, front brake.
No.
That's the one.
I'm trying to get the bugs out.
Oh, man. Beautiful. Good job, man. All right, that's 10 push-ups. Let's try it again. Remember, Bruce, nice and easy on that rear brake. Nice and easy on that rear brake.
I'm just discovering the rear brake.
Yeah, I can see.
Never used it.
I know a lot of people have it. Beautiful. Oh my God, beautiful. You don't have to do this again unless you want to. What else is there to say? Outstanding. All right, Kevin, you started too early.
This is terrifying for me. I ain't lying to you.
That's okay. Listen, that's why we practice. Confidence takes care of fear. What's your fear? Tell me that. What's your fear? Tell me what your fear is. Let's talk about that.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's everything.
Tell me one thing, specifically.
The whole turning, everything.
But what's the fear?
From this short of a distance, this amount of, it's like being confined.
But what's the fear? And now if there were a wall here,
If that was a wall or something,
then you could say, the fear is I'm gonna hit that wall.
you hit the wall, hit something.
But there's no wall. So I don't care if you hit
There's
the
a wall
cones.
in my head.
Get the wall out of your head, man.
There's a wall right
Forget
there.
about the
There's a wall
cones.
right there.
Look that way and go that way. Use that rear brake so you're not going too fast,
Yeah, that's
and you'll be
fine.
fine. That's the only thing you're doing wrong. It's too much speed. All right?
Get out of
But
track.
you don't have a fear of dropping it.
No,
All right? So there's really no fear if you think about it. We got to break things down sometimes. Because if we break it down, somebody might realize, well, you're right. I don't have any fear. What am I fearing? If you can't articulate what you're fearing, then you really don't have a fear. It's literally in your head. You're making it up. False fear. Like I said, you got a wall here, people here, something to hit. Yes, I can understand that's a fear. There's nothing to hit here, huh?
That's right.
Totally up to you. Where you feel most comfortable. Head and eyes. All right, try it again. Nice, Joe, nice. Kevin. Dismount.
don't think about it, hell, I do.
I don't want you sitting on the motorcycle hot. Excuse me, sir. So you're doing two things. One thing is you're really doing exercise number 3. You're picking up both your feet while the motorcycle's not moving, and then you're letting the clutch out. That's great, but you're also adding to your stress. You don't need to do that. Remember, step number 6 is, step number 7. As soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to move, pick up your foot. As soon, not before it. So that's why you're doing all this leaning too. You're doing all this leaning too. All right, I see you're in first gear, because unlike a Harley Davidson, it's showing me while the clutch is in. As soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to move, straight up. All this leaning you're doing like this, you don't need to do it. It's not necessary. Listen, a poor craftsman blames his tools. Your clutch, I'm talking to Kevin. Your clutch is fine. You mean your throttle.
My throttle.
But see, I don't have a problem with your throttle. Listen to your engine when I'm on your motorcycle. I don't have
Keep
to.
it idle.
Yes, you don't have to blip this throttle. There's nothing wrong with your throttle. You're not comfortable with what? Well, okay. If you're going to blip it, fine. That's not really the issue. The issue is I don't want you leaning the motorcycle unnecessarily. Okay? I like that you're comfortable leaning, but I don't want you to do it unnecessarily. Like right here, you're doing it so much so that you're really clipping this cone. Your saddlebag is going right over this cone. The last time you actually hit it with the wheel.
And I got too much speed.
Yeah, yours is
I'm
even.
not comfortable going that slow.
But you know what? Here's the good thing. That's why we're practicing.
Terrifying
Yeah.
myself over and over again.
You are part.
Fall out of a chair.
Yeah. You are part of the 98 percentile of people that are fearing stuff. But the beauty is out here. That's why I kept asking you, identify the fear. When I make you articulate it to me, you really don't have anything to tell me because there's nothing to hit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't know, but it is going
Yeah.
slow and trying to control the bike.
That if I don't have power to my rear wheel, I go right over.
Yeah.
I've done that.
And then the fear is falling and what? Hurting yourself? Hurting the bike?
Yeah, kind of.
It's a slight fear. It's nothing major. Because none of us want to drop the motorcycle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. But it should not be something that's taking over your mind so much so that you can't concentrate on what you're doing. It is going to happen initially because
I think
it's an
because
instinct.
we're out here trying to test. It's like a test. Like if you're on the road, you do it.
No. On the road, you need to know what you're doing. Yeah. So this is not a test at all, man. This is just practice. That's all it is. Okay. We're practicing here so we can get all these kinks out. So when it happens out there, we're good. Go ahead, Kevin. And then after this, we're going to go to exercise number. Well, after this, take a hydration break or whatever. Then we'll go to the next exercise. Head and eyes. And the last time you went, your eyes were like this, looking right at your gauges. Head and eyes. That helps, trust me. Head and eyes. Don't look down there. Nothing down there for you. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Just focus on your speed. If you look down, don't worry about it. One thing at a time. Which way are you going?
Making like I'm at a corner, I'm going that way.
Okay. Put your signal light on. Speed. Too much speed. You got to use that rear brake. All right, Bruce, remember, you're starting already applying pressure to the rear brake. That way you shouldn't have to get to the point where you got to smash it. All right, nice and easy. Your rear brake might be sensitive, I don't know. Head and eyes. Oh, man.
I'm so used to trying to balance before I take off.
Better. I don't worry about it, better. All right, last time. You can always come back to this if you want to. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 5, single serpentine, but there's one thing that I talked about that didn't get recorded because I thought the camera was recording, and it's worth repeating, so let me talk to you guys about this. All right, guys, here's what I wanted to share with you. So, Akeeli and Kevin, both of them had issues with making a turn and then seeing something, panicking, and while in the turn, grabbing the front brake or pulling the clutch all the way in, or both. Both those things, of course, are going to put the motorcycle down. And they both were like, well, you know, it's not my fault. What was I supposed to do? I often say, whenever a motorcycle goes down or there's some type of accident or any mishap, it's probably in the 90th percentile rider error, right? And this is one of those cases. So if this ever happens to you, remember I told you guys, when you're coming to a stop, if you want to come to a smooth stop, go into the friction zone and stay into the friction zone while using the rear brake at the same time, all the way until you come to a stop. That's going to keep the motorcycle up. Same thing applies if you're making a turn and now you have to straighten your motorcycle up, right? Go back into the friction zone, use the rear brake, straighten the motorcycle, come to a stop. So if I'm making this turn, and now I got to stop, friction zone, boom. Now, of course that's easier when you're doing it straight up. If you lean, of course it's still possible, just requires a little bit more skill, just a little bit. Same rules though. Friction zone, come to a stop. All right guys, I'm gonna do a video on that, covering that a little more, but that's all you need to do. My camera keeps cutting off today, so very frustrating. All right, exercise number 5, single serpentine. All right, guys, exercise number 5, single serpentine. So for those of you guys that want to add some speed, the temptation is here now. I still don't want to see it. Nice and easy, right? I want you swinging and swaying, dipping and diving. I want your turns wide. People have the tendency to try to keep the motorcycle straight up and go through the cones like this, clipping every cone as they go down. All right, that's not how bosses ride. We want to nice and easy. Let the motorcycle lean. Don't have to lean a lot. So you see where my motorcycle is? That's about how far I want you to come out. There's a line on this side. These cones are going right up the middle, 15 feet apart, a lot of space. And then there's a line on this side. Try to go towards that line. You don't have to go to it. Just go towards it, right? I don't want you looking at these cones, okay? As you're approaching the cones, you can see them all. When you get to the first cone, and again, you shouldn't be waiting to the last minute to make this turn either. Like you shouldn't be turning this close to the cone in front of you. Now, it's 15 feet, so it's plenty of space. If you lean in the motorcycle like Mike or like Joe or even like Kevin, you're not going to have a problem. But I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So start your turns early. Keep your head and eyes straight ahead. Your peripheral vision will pick up these cones. So don't look at them. I said this before, I'll say it again. You see how small these cones are? I don't get the real big cones because if you hit it with your front wheel on the turn, it will unseat that wheel, right? but these cones are immature, they're young. So if you stare at them, it's inappropriate. All right? Don't stare at them. Look straight ahead. Come over here, eyes straight ahead. You should already be starting your next turn for the next cone, right? Nice and easy. And remember, we don't have to do anything extreme with our bodies anywhere out here. What is counterbalancing? Counterbalancing is letting the motorcycle go down and you keeping your body straight up and down, okay? It has nothing to do with your turn. It's not gonna make your turn tighter, looser, none of that. It's just making you feel more comfortable. If you lean with your motorcycle, holy crap, the ground's even closer. The feeling of falling is greater. That's the only thing that does for you. Let the motorcycle move under you, right? That's all you're doing, all right? Any questions? Head and eyes straight up. And, how can I forget? Keep it loaded, all right? Keep it loaded. When you go through here, when we did exercise number 2, all of you guys, you too especially, if your motorcycle is louder, it helps me, but it should be helping you too. You should always be listening to your engine. You should be able to hear when your throttle is too low. When you go through here, just listen to your engines. In exercise number 2, all of you guys, it was steady. That's how it is, steady. Every now and then it's gonna fluctuate, that's fine. We're not machines. That's why you wanna be on the higher side. Not excessive, but just high enough so that if it goes down, you can just bring it right back up, all right? I've already let Kevin know nothing's wrong with his throttle. User error. A poor craftsman blames his tools, but he's good. Head and eyes straight ahead. I'm using the rear brake. I'm actually opening and closing the clutch with the throttle, trying to keep it steady. And last but not least, rear brake. Use that rear brake. So when I'm doing that, I'm actually doing both things. That's what I mean when I say once you start getting this, you're gonna know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. You gotta do what works best for you. So I'm using the clutch, opening and closing the clutch, and sometimes I'll give myself a little bit too much, and that's when I'm using the rear brake too. So all these things work together, okay? If you hear anybody out there say using your rear brake as a crutch, here's my response to that. I feel like there's people out there, now I get it. I get it when people say there's arrogance out there. There's people out there that are part of the 2% that, in my opinion, want to keep that exclusive. So if you find a way to be able to ride your motorcycle comfortably, they want to try to say something negative about it and mess you up in the head. So my thing is, I'm going to tell you, don't let any negativity, you know, Preloader Nation, we're all about positivity here. All about that. So if you hear anything negative, switch the channel. Come to Preload and keep it loaded. Robertson is paying it forward. All about positivity here. Using your rear brake is a tool, not a crutch. But even if you want to use it as a crutch, if you hurt your leg and the doctor gives you crutches, the crutch is helping you, right? All right. But crutch sounds more negative. That's why they use that word. It's a tool. Everything on the motorcycle is a tool. You just need to know how to use them. All right? If you use anything in excess, not just on the motorcycle, in life, anything used in excess is probably going to be a problem. All right? All right, let's do it, Joe. Nice. See, nice and easy. You see it's coming on and off of the brake. Yeah, buddy. Nice and easy. All right, I need him to go out wider, a little bit wider, but he's doing good. See, I knew this is a matter of time. Not going out wide enough. Good. Good. All right, go ahead.
That's a hard act to follow.
Ah, man, you got this, Bruce.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good. And Bruce's Bruce's motorcycle, at least in this exercise, it's gonna turn a lot easier. Excellent job, Bruce. Thank you. All right, hold up. Go wider. That's the only thing you need to do.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah. A little bit wider, a little bit slower.
Yes, sir.
All right. Better. That's good. Keep it wide. Keep it wide. All right. All right. That's better already. See? Getting comfortable. Bruce, that was excellent. All right, go ahead, Bruce. Excellent. Do it again. Start on the other side. All right, last time for you. And then you can just stay down there because the U-turn's right in front of us. Excellent job, Bruce. Last time for you, Q. You notice I don't call you Q until we played. Now you earn your name. Much better, man, much better. Look at that, look how much better Akeeli is. All right, guys, exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. Akeeli's gonna do it one more time. Went in there a little fast. He's going a little too fast for me. Too fast. Too fast. Yep, too fast. See, sometimes we get confident and then we get too confident, and there's the result. But that's okay. I have no problem with that. His confidence is up. He's getting loose, and that's what exercise number 5 is all about, getting loose. Exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. But before we go over that, you guys see Akeeli when he came down the 3rd time on the single serpentine? He told me, I don't like it, I'm uncomfortable. 2nd time he went through, oh, much better. He was going out wider. 3rd time, he was going about 45 miles an hour. Now, normally I'd go, come on. But why is that a good thing to me? It's a good thing to me because maybe 3 minutes earlier, he said, I'm not comfortable. If you speed up like that, it means you're getting a little bit more comfortable, you're getting looser, but at the same time, you're also letting the motorcycle kind of take over. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But I do like the fact that I see the progress, and that's what this is all about, progress. I also want you guys to realize you're gonna have off days. This is no different than anything else. Today, I just wasn't feeling it. You're gonna see when the intro, when I do my warm-up, that 18-foot U-turn, it was just kicking my butt. I couldn't get it. I got it left, I couldn't get it right, I finally got it, but I felt it when I left my house. I felt stiff. It happens, all right? So don't get down on yourself. People that say, oh, I'm gonna lower my rating because I had a rough day yesterday, it doesn't work like that. You know if you're normally a certain way, that's where you are, all right? I'm all about building you guys up, so don't tear yourselves down. If you do, send me a message, I'll bring you back up, all right? Okay, all of the rules that we were following apply here, keeping it loaded, all right? But head and eyes, a lot of us struggle with that in exercise number 4. So for those of you, for those of you that don't want to make 27-foot U-turns and you want to challenge yourself, this is the 18-foot box, okay? So if you want to make that U-turn, just don't go past this line. Now I got some people like Kevin that'll go past it and try to make the 18 feet and just miss it. That's fine too. Remember guys, this is not a competition. So you do whatever most comfortable for you. That's why when we kept moving forward, Akeeli said, I'm gonna do the single serpentine a little bit more. That's always open for you guys. Everything out here, if you wanna do it, okay? I want you to be comfortable. If you're not comfortable moving forward with the next stuff, you can stay wherever you are, it's perfectly fine, all right? This is not a competition. For the rest of you that wanna use the whole box, come over here. I'm allowing you to look at this cone, don't stare at it. Kevin, what are we turning first, head and eyes or handlebars?
Head and eyes.
Head and eyes, look at my camera. Head and eyes, handlebars. Now the good thing about this is plenty of space, so you don't have to be perfect, you're still gonna make it. Head and eyes is gonna help you. You don't have to fully lock your handlebars. You don't have to lean a lot. I want you to keep looking at my camera. I want you to be consistent. When you turn your handlebars, keep them turned. When I say head and eyes and you look at my camera, consistently look at it. You don't have to look at anything else, okay? All right, and if you're making the right turn, same thing. Come over to this cone, head and eyes, look at my camera, handlebars. So we're gonna do this, right, left, depends. We'll feel it out, see if you need to do it more than that. Then, I'm gonna have you guys come to a stop, right here. And then make the U-turn from a stop. Then you're gonna come to this side and do the same thing. And then lastly, you're gonna stop, make a U-turn, and then stop. Okay, again, we're working on control. So your rear brake is your friend. Speed, this is the wrong towel. Speed in this U-turn, in any place out here, is not your friend because you're losing space with speed, right? If you can't make this 27-foot U-turn, at the end of the day, it's about you're going too fast, most likely. All right, because you don't have to have your handlebars turned all the way and you don't have to lean all the way. I demonstrated that when I did a video on this. So if you don't make this turn, you're going too fast. Throttle, keep it the same the whole time. Head and eyes. Not leaning a lot. Not turning the handlebars all the way. Head and eyes. You hear my throttle? See how low it is? Doesn't have to be high. Doesn't matter what kind of turn I'm making. Throttle is still the same, right? No matter how low I go. As long as it's steady, you're fine, right? I want you to realize that. Okay, and then next, you're gonna stop. Don't look down at your gauges. Head and eyes, handlebars. And then the last one, you're gonna do it from a stop, and then you're gonna stop. Same thing applies, nice and easy. If you want to do it in Q-land, I'm gonna call it Q-land. Stop back here so you don't go past the line. Head and eyes. Up. All right. Head and eyes, good. It's good, it's good. Stop shaking your head. It doesn't matter. You knew what to do and you did it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to always be perfect. The important thing is I saw that Kevin had a little uh-oh moment. Popped his clutch a little bit, but he used the rear brake. He didn't put a foot down. And he made the turn. That's all that matters. If it doesn't look pretty, it's the wrinkled t-shirt. Good, Doug. Good, Bruce. Outstanding. Good, Kevin. Left time, come back left when you come back. I meant to say right. Right turn next. Nice and easy, Akeeli. See? Too much speed. Slow down. It's good though. He's leaning a lot because he's going fast, so he has to lean to make that turn. Joe, we're going this way this time. You want to go one more time though, you could. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice, nice. Nice, Bruce. I just put a rag on top of the camera. I hope it's not blocking the lens in any way. That's okay. All right, man. Later. Much better, much better. Right here, Bruce, right here. Good. Nice! Oh, thank you, babe. There we go. That's what preloaders do. We practice. We drop it, we know why we dropped it. We get back on, we do it again. Preloaded Nation, baby. Nice, Bruce. Just a U-turn from a stop, you know? And a nice. Nice. All right, man, you got
I'm
this.
going to stop over there.
No.
I want to get that out of my system.
You want to do a stop now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I wanna
that's fine.
stop- I wanna do a
Okay.
stop now. That's
Okay.
what I need to do.
No problem. Throttle, throttle!
Give it a throttle.
All right, Akeeli said I'm giving it throttle. I want him to go back and listen to this. When he first started, he had throttle. Around that turn, he coasted around that. All right, pull up a little more. All right, just make a U-turn and go right out. All right, now come to a stop. Now that's one of those situations where, what was Mike supposed to do? He shit himself. He saw Joe coming to him in 3D. He could have throttled out of that, but he froze.
That's why I stepped on your foot.
I'm sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it, bro. We're good.
Nice and low. Lower. Put your feet out further. There we go. Because when your feet are close to you, it's harder. All that pressure's on your knees. Yeah, I got it.
Good? Good. All right.
All right. Now, Joe owes me 10 push-ups because he grabbed the front brake. Should he have to?
I did.
But it did. No, in that case, no. I feel like he should have had. He had to grab the front brake.
Yeah. No, that's
Tissue or something, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's in there on purpose. It's blocking the blood. I got a nosebleed. Probably.
Sorry about that.
Very good save.
Welcome to the club. We got red jackets, we got blue jackets, we even got pink jackets. You know, it don't matter whatever.
Mike, I don't know, man. I don't know what club you're talking about.
The Drop the Bike Club.
He's already in that club. Of course he is. You don't ride like he rides and not be in that club.
Stripes on it and everything.
But he's in the exclusive club. This is a totally different category. He was going to get T-boned. What are you supposed to do? But see, guys, when I say we practice for uh-oh and the unexpected, this was one of them. That's why we practice. Excuse the tissue. Got a nosebleed. Okay. Head and eyes. Throttle, throttle. Excellent. When you come back, get on this side behind Joe. All right, Bruce, head and eyes, everything is the same. Head and eyes, look at my camera, look at me. Use the rear brake, good, good, good. Much better. Perfect. Just a U-turn, don't stop. Just a U-turn. Good. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Head and eyes. Good, good. Good, turn, Speed at the end. Akeeli, I need you to slow down. You're leaning a lot because you have to, because you're going so fast. I want you to take control of the motorcycle. Watch how much tighter that turn gets when you slow down.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so with my left turns, I see that I'm able to keep this.
You know what? Ask me over here so we're not holding them up. Hey, Joe. Come to a stop, make a U-turn, come to a stop. Go ahead.
On my left turns, I'm able to keep the throttle, so my turns seem to be a lot tighter. I've hardly ever scraped my right side, but when I try to turn right, I go wider, but I can't keep my throttle.
Why can't you?
I'm not sure.
Well, you would definitely benefit from some different handlebars, just like I would. These are too low. These are definitely too low. It'll help you if they're higher, just like it'll help me. All of mine are too low. But I had them push mine up in the meantime until I get some new ones.
Okay, is that?
But yeah, go over, go around.
So that's what is my problem. My handlebars?
It could be if you're telling me you can't keep it because this is like this.
Like when it comes to me?
Yeah, imagine if it was like this. It's easier.
Listen to my throttle. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I hear your throttle. That's why I told you throttle. And you said, I am. I said, no. You started out throttling, and then when you went to make the right turn, it went down. And you coasted through it because you're giving yourself speed to be able to coast through the turn.
Gotcha.
I want you to ride through the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Try this again.
Good job. Last one, and then we're going to exercise number 7. Figure 8. Did you catch a heel? Yeah, he caught that heel. But see, it's hard on his bike because he doesn't have. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He doesn't have saddlebag guards to grab. Now, you know what kills me? There are a lot of people that are all gear all the time, and they'll preach it, and they really don't know how to ride their motorcycle. That's probably why they're so, I still agree with all gear all the time. I just absolutely do. I absolutely agree with it. You ever seen a motorcycle cop in full gear? No, I don't know why we don't do it. You just don't do it. I feel like with motorcycle police, it's all about what you look like. Everything else comes second. All right, guys. And believe it or not, the funny part is, that's what a lot of motorcyclists, it's the same thing. All that matters is how good the bike looks. Doesn't matter if they know how to ride it. All right, guys, figure 8. We're going to kind of expedite things because it's getting late. I know people got places to go, things to do. All I'm going to say is everything is the same. So when you guys come in here, I want you to go to the corner. It's 3 parking spaces, so it's the same width as the U-turn, 27 feet. It's 46 feet long. If you need the whole space in here, please use it all. So when you come in here, don't turn here and give up 8, 9 feet of space. Because what's going to happen is if you don't make this turn tight and you come all the way over here, now you're not going to make this turn. Okay? So, come to this corner. Head and eyes. What are you looking at? The green cone behind you. Yes, I said it, behind you. Trust me, you'll see it. Turn your head and your eyes. I see it already through my peripheral vision. And use all of this space. And I want you to hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Because that corner you're going to, after that corner, no more corners. You're looking at these green cones. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Head and eyes. Now you're looking at that green cone. I know it's in front of you. Just keep looking for it. There it is. I see it. Use all of this space if you need it. And hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold. Don't come out of it here and go to the corner. Remember, we're not going to corners anymore. Hold it. You're going to this cone. Transition. Same thing. All right, so I'm going to run through it. You go through it twice, and then you go out the exit, and you get a ka-ching. Go to the corner. Head and eyes. Use all of the space. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Head and eyes. Use all of the space. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. If you're doing it tighter, the rules are the same. Hold it. Transition. And then out. We'll work it out. Hold it, transition. Beautiful, look at the exit. Excellent. Good. That happens. No? Okay. Bruce said it's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. You trying this? All right, Akeeli said he's going to try it. Now, sometimes when people drop their motorcycle, especially if they get hurt, then they get a little gunshot. So I commend him for even trying it. Use all the space, head and eyes. Shut it off, shut it off. Nah, I don't want you trying to pick it up with your ankle anyway.
No, I got it. I got it.
Ankle broken.
No.
This ankle's not broken.
It's busted, damn it.
It's already in first gear.
Yeah, I already shut it off. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna do this again by myself.
How about you forget about this and keep focusing on those U-turns. Okay. U-turns, right turns and left turns from a stop.
Okay. Tempo.
Just forget about this. We can work up to this.
Tempo.
There's a reason why this is exercise number 7, right? So if
Gotcha.
you know what I mean?
No problem.
All right.
I can do that.
And if you say, all right, I'm ready, we'll be right over here.
Tempo.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. Bruce said, hell no, I'm not doing that. All right, guys, exercise number 8, offset serpentine. So remember in the figure 8, when I told you, when you're making a turn and I said, hold it, that's gonna carry on to here. Notice my motorcycle is at an angle. Because when I come through this gate, I don't wanna come through straight, I wanna come through at an angle. And that's how I'm gonna go through all of these gates. So when I come through this gate, I'm not going straight for the gate. I'm gonna come over here. Head and eyes, look at that gate, and just like you would transition over there, head and eyes, you go through here, then I want you to look at the gate you came from. So by the time you go through this gate, either you're going through like this or like this, but you're not coming through like this. If you come straight to it, that's what's gonna happen. Now, this is a much sharper turn, and if you don't make it sharp enough, you're gonna be all the way over here, and then you still gotta get through this gate. So, head and eyes, look here, come over here, look here, turn, head and eyes, look at the gate you came from, and go for it. Hold it, hold it, hold it, transition, head and eyes. Look how far I am away from it. A lot easier now. Now I'm looking at the gate I came from again, and I'm going for it. Hold it, hold it, hold it, head and eyes, transition, and so on and so forth. All right? So I'm gonna run through it. Going that way, I'm gonna do it the way I told you, and then coming back, I'm gonna do it going straight to the gate. It's possible, yes. It's more work though. And I wanna work smarter, not harder. To the side, head and eyes, look at the gate I came from, hold it, transition. Look at the gate I came from, hold it, transition. Nice and easy. Turn my throttle goes down, I made the adjustment. And I go out. I'm coming back, I'm gonna go right towards it. way more work doing it that way, so screw that. Unless you want to challenge yourself, which I know Q does. All right. You guys are up. This one's more user-friendly.
Yeah.
Now, the slower you go, it's going to make it easier too. Because if you're going fast, now you're just making it so that the next move you make has to be quicker. Nice and easy. Nothing herky-jerky. We don't need a lot of throttle. We just need sufficient throttle. A little bit of rear brake. Head and eyes. Same thing all the time, guys. And when it's done like that, when it's done like it's supposed to be done, oh. So pleasing to the eyes. Joe didn't come to the side a lot, so it's going to be a little bit tighter for him here. See, he's approaching the gate, coming at it from the front instead of, you know what I mean, from the side. From the side instead of from the front. But he has no problem leaning. Like I said, it's not impossible. Just a little more work. You got to lean the bike a little bit more. But he has the skill to do it. Nice, nice, nice. Woo! All right, Bruce. Come all the way over here, Bruce. Come on, come to me. Come on. That's another 10 push-ups. Keep coming to me. Pick that foot up. Keep it throttled, good. Keep it turned, keep it turned, keep it turned. All right, transition. So Bruce said this is the first time he's ever used his rear brake, so it's a learning curve. Joe, that was excellent. A little scary at the end, a little suspense. I like it. All right, Mike. Go ahead, Joe. Come to me, come to me. Hey Joe, do it from the other side. Do it from the other side. I just had to use custom speed. Oh, you did? All right, every now and then, you know, I like people to try from both ways. Nothing's different. Everything's the same, but sometimes. There you go. See, notice he comes in at an angle, because that's how you should be going through every gate. guys, we're gonna move on to all right, guys, after Joe and Q go on this one, we're gonna move on to exercise number 9, the snowman. That's where the surprise is. I told you I had something for you. It's like 2 kids playing in the playground. All of this stuff is so much fun when you practice it and you get it. And when you get it, you just want to keep going. At least some of us do. And if you don't want to, that's fine. All right, guys. Welcome to the abominable snowman. And it's abominable because we have 4 components now instead of 3. First circle is 27 feet. We all know we could do that. We've been doing it all day. Second circle, 25 feet. Third circle, 22 feet. The head is 18 feet. The head is marked with all green cones. So the rules don't change here. You don't have to go any further than you're comfortable. So Bruce, if you just want to do the 27-foot one and go out, that's fine. Nothing. This is not a competition. If you just want to do the first one and the second one, fine. First, second, and third, fine. I'm going to try the top one. Like I said, I'm just not feeling it today, but I'll try it anyway. We'll go from there. What I will tell you is your speed is going to matter. Not going to matter so much in the 27 feet. Of course, the more you go up, the more it's going to matter. When you get up to the tighter ones, remember, bring your motorcycle, whichever way you're going, bring your front wheel all the way over here and then hug. Don't do it and then just lock the wheel. You're not going to make it. Hug. And then as you're turning, if you need to turn more, turn more. All right? You may as well practice that in the big circle so that you don't have to get to the little circle and go, whoa, what do I do in here? You know, but like I said, if you don't make it the first time, second time, that's why we practice. Today I did it like 4 or 5 times before I got it. I was like, what is going on? Just wasn't feeling it. So I'm coming all the way over here, and then I'm hugging it. Head and nod. Look at the green cones. Those are the gates. And then if I went in that way first, next time, go the other way. So it annoys me that I could make the left so easy and the right. So it's still a problem for me. All right, Mike. There, Joe. Problem I was having, I'm not leaning enough going right. So I'm definitely going to try that again. Sometimes that happens, we get caught in the turn. It's a good problem to have. Whoa, 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 easy, Mike. You done with that, Joe?
Let me do it one more time. Scott, that's record.
Yeah, I know about that, man. Very good, Mike, very good. I want him to turn his head and his eyes more. See, like right here? No head and eyes. He should be looking behind him right here. See, he's not turning his head and his eyes. Hey, Mike! Two things. First thing is when you're coming in here, you're making this turn from right here.
Okay.
So you don't have that space to give in this circle. Bring your wheel here, right between these two cones. And you got to turn your head and eyes. You're not, when you get in here, you should be looking at the exit and go for it. You get away with not turning your head and your eyes a lot, but when you get in here, you got to turn your head and eyes.
I gotta get out of here, boy.
No, he's done. How's that ankle? How's that ankle?
It hurts, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you get that. Put some ice on that today.
Yeah, I'll be back to the room.
Where you staying?
Quality Inn.
Okay.
Right about Compassion Church.
I know where you are. Thanks, man, but it didn't start like this. It's a process. Head and eyes, look at the exit. There's zero head and eyes going on. You're like turning like this when you should be turning like this. Let me try this one more time because I'm going right. I couldn't do it either. And today just might not be my day. There we go. All right. Woo! All right, guys, we're gonna move into the bonus exercise, the maze. All right, guys, we got the maze now. It's 12:11, so guys are extra crispy now, beaten down by the sun. 88 degrees. That's good. Only the first time. Joe, why? Oh, they got you. That was good, Joe. It's only the first try. That was good. Head and eyes. Nice, Joe. Whoa, you saw that? He started to pick up that foot. He won that battle. All right, Q, this side. Hey, Joe, the best part about that, when you were right there, your foot went like this. You were just about to put it down, but you trusted and believed. I love it when I see that battle won. Head and eyes, Mike, head and eyes. Look at my motorcycle. There we go. Head and eyes. It's a big time improvement. You're nipping cones. Nipping. Before, there was no nipping. You good?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to take off, bro.
All right, man. Mike said y'all can pick these cones up by yourself. He's leaving.
All right, man.
Safe trip, man.
All right.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader, guys. They're done with this.
'cause you know I'll be gone. Yeah, I'll be gone. Yeah, I'll be gone. Yeah, I'll be gone. Let the sun go down in another race. You tell what you want, riding all the haze. Put your hand in my hand in between my thighs. Let the sun go down in another race. Let the sun go down in another
All right, so Akeeli, what'd you rate yourself today when you first started? You said -20, right?
First of all, at the end of the day, I'd be proud of everything that we did. I'm proud of the team and everything. You know, so
Thank God he's got a mic over there, because I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Any change in your number?
-5.
Okay, so you got better. And that's all?
No, -10.
That's still better. You said -20.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about improvement here, improvement.
I was doing Ricky Bobby if y'all didn't notice that.
I noticed it. So, you're going to continue.
You don't know what you don't know. And this here will push you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do a left turn now. I'm shaking. I can't do a left U-turn.
So,
but that's me. That's me. I drive trucks 30 days, and I ride my bike maybe 5 days out of every month. So every day is learning for me. Every day is learning. So
Joe, have a seat.
Ooh, you test a brother out here. You test him.
And I'm glad you said that, because it's a very valid point. If you ride your motorcycle 5 days out of the month, and those 5 days you just ride it from point A to point B, you don't really go out and practice.
No.
Yeah, you're going to be rusty. And so it's important that people know this is a perishable skill. I say it all the time. You have to keep practicing. So with that being said, if you are riding from point A to point B, as long as you have in your mind that you're doing stuff with a practice mindset, it's still effective. It's still worth. It's not a waste of time. When you're coming to a stop, exercise number 2, practice that. When you got to make a right turn or a left turn, don't practice on trying to do it as wide as you can. Practice on trying to do it as tight as you can. All right, and you have to keep practicing. That's the only way you're going to feel comfortable on it. There's no way around it. If I don't ride my motorcycle for a week when I first get on it, especially since I have 4, so that's why I have to keep bringing different ones out here, because if I get real used to one of them, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
If I get the other ones.
Yeah, the clutches are different on them. So, but at the end of the day, the fundamentals don't change. The techniques don't change. If you feel clutch hand out. So you're gonna definitely practice more, correct? When you can.
I ride everywhere for anything, for any reason when I'm home. That's all I have is my bike to ride.
Okay.
So when I'm home, I ride.
Okay.
Coming to a stop, I did what you was showing. Slow ride. Green light, let's go.
That's right.
You know, I am afraid in my turns. That's that bike tilting and trying to do the slow maneuvers. I'm not confident just yet, but I ain't afraid to get back on it.
And here's another thing. When you got back on the bike and you said, I'm just going to keep going, and we went to the figure 8, I said to myself, this is it for Akeeli. When I say this is it, if you're already nervous and you drop the bike, it hits your confidence a little. If you drop it and it hurts you, it hits your confidence a little bit more. So I don't want you to think that you're going through something that is uncommon. It's very common.
Oh, no. I
you're
understand.
Good. You're good. You're good. I still want you to put that on ice, because it's gonna swell.
I put it on there when I get to the room.
All right, definitely a pleasure having you here, man.
Same.
You know, I appreciate you making the trip.
Oh, man.
And I'm glad you were able to come. It's a blessing for you guys to be here. It's a blessing for me to be here. All right, yeah, you can pass the mic to Joe or whoever.
We're gonna give it to the professional of the
Yeah,
class.
right.
Hey,
Yeah, I dropped my bike.
I mean, he dropped it once and he almost hit somebody, but he ain't. But he did that maze, man.
People kill me when they say,
Wow.
"Hey, I dropped my bike." So
Man,
it happens.
He did that maze. Man.
And
Kudos.
again, Joe, the most impressive thing about that maze is when he went to put his foot down. And when
I saw that. I saw that.
and when he did it, Joe, I want you to go back and definitely watch this part of the video. I hope I had it zoomed in enough. But when he did it, his bike was extremely lean. And I saw that foot go. And that's all it did. It just came up like this. And he just stayed the path. He trusted and believed. Those are building blocks. You get over that, bam, it builds up your confidence even more. And now he's going to try it again. So outstanding. What did you rate yourself when you first came, Joe?
4.
Any change in that number? Hold up. I'm going to walk away. Go ahead. Just in case you say a number that's ridiculous.
I'll do 5 and a
Okay.
half.
All right. All right.
I'll give you a 6, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you did the figure 8.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of stuff, but we're not going to argue with his number because everybody's their worst critic. I understand that. Now, I know Joe is not close, so I'm not even going to say, "Will you be back?" The same thing with you. I usually say, "Will you be back?"
Maybe next year.
Yeah, if you make it, if you get a chance to make it back, great. Maybe when it's not so hot, that's always appreciated. But at the same
if I'm
time,
in the area, I'll stop by.
Yeah.
But I might be in a semi truck if I come.
exactly.
So.
Throw that up. Well, remember, I still got a practice bike. Joe, I know you're gonna be practicing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
much as I can.
Absolutely. All right. Listen, pleasure to meet you in person. Pleasure of having you here. All right. Pass that over
All
to
right.
Bruce.
Thanks for having me.
Bruce, how tall are you?
6'3".
Okay. Every Bruce I know is tall.
Really?
Yeah. Bruce, what did you rate yourself when you first came?
I think I said 1 or 2.
Yeah. Any change in that number?
No, it's I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be.
It's a solid 2.
Okay.
A solid 2.
I agree.
I mean, I know what I need to do. But
Yes.
The reflex to close the clutch when you're falling is the opposite of what you do.
That's right.
And I practiced. I was out practicing last weekend. I dropped the bike a couple times, and it's like it's just it doesn't feel good to drop a bike.
No.
Scratches stuff up. I don't have any crash guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's a balance. There's a transition point that I have to be more comfortable with, and doing it in these tighter spaces is a little more challenging than I can do right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to do the U-turn in the. How wide is the wider U-turn?
27 feet.
Yeah, so that that was, but there's a certain kind of transition that I really challenges me in the figure 8
Yeah.
to go from, and so I need to work on that. That's that's all.
And here's the difference. The U-turn that you do, and that's why I say if you can make a 27-foot U-turn, and I tell people all the time, if you do exercises 1 through 4, actually that's 6, you can do that U-turn, you're good, because most U-turns out in the real world are not 18 feet, they're not 17 feet, and most of them are not even 27 feet, they're wider. I set it at 27 feet because of the fact that I can turn my motorcycle without leaning at all and make that at 27 feet. That's pretty much what you were doing on the BMW.
Right.
You're not doing a lot of leaning. In the figure 8, you have to lean more, and that's where your discomfort comes in.
Right.
And I also want to say kudos to you because you picked up the fact that this is the first time I'm ever using my rear brake.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason for it, but that interplay between the clutch and the rear brake, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
And it'll keep you up.
Yes. The control, and that's why we say control. So that's why right from the beginning, exercise 1 and 2, when you hear me saying rear brake, when I saw Akeeli go to take off and his foot's not on the rear brake, that's something we correct right in the beginning because now it'll carry to everything else. It'll be automatic for him to make sure he's in first gear and put his foot on that rear brake before he even moves.
Right, but even at a light, I mean, even
Yeah.
everyday riding, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, what got me interested in this, I do marshalling at bike races.
Okay.
And I was up in Knoxville for the Pro Nationals, and we had the Blue Hawks riding.
Yeah.
And I was riding with them during the week, and they're just as nice bunch of folks as you could meet.
Yeah.
But man, they were like ballerinas. I mean, it was really impressive. And I asked them, like, I said, dude, how do you do this? And you know, they were very kind, and that's when I started looking this stuff up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See what I mean? It's something that simple it takes for him to see somebody doing something. And that's another reason why I want you guys to learn this. Yes, it's important because it's safe. It's going to make you safer. I'll give you a perfect example. We talked about it earlier, but if you're doing emergency braking, a lot of people practice emergency braking, but they don't practice emergency braking and escaping. Sometimes when you come to a stop, you can't just sit there. If you're on the highway and something happens, you got to brake, kick your motorcycle down to first gear really quickly. You have to do that because then when it's time to escape, if you're in sixth gear, you're not going anywhere. But when that happens, click, 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 brake, 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 brake. At that moment, you're doing this. And if you don't know how to do this, you're screwed because you're going to be trying to do this. You're in a land that you have no experience in. So it's important for that reason, but it's also important for the same thing that happened with Bruce. When you look at somebody ride like that, if you're a motorcycle rider, if you're not a motorcycle rider, people don't even look at that twice because in people's minds that don't ride, that's how you're supposed to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, but you're riding next to that. When you're riding next to that, and you're seeing.
But if you're a motorcycle rider and you see that and you go, whoa. So it's always impressive. So that's why I love when I see a preloader roll up to something and just make a U-turn. You're going to get a lot of attention. Trust me. All right. But anyway, anything else for the people?
No, I'm good.
All right. Pleasure, Bruce. Pleasure for you all. Safe travels to your home. Bruce, you're the well, I'm the closest. But Bruce is the second closest. He's in Savannah. All right, guys. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for practice session number 29. 12:40. So this was a long one, but we took a lot of breaks and we had to because you got to take breaks. It's hot out here. I want to thank all these guys for coming out. Akeeli, I hope that his ankle's all right. I told him to go home and soak it, you know. But, you know, nothing happens without reason. I remember that happened to me in motorcycle school, and I was worse than him because I wasn't able to walk. And I just knew it was broken. It wasn't, but it definitely made me ever think twice about putting my foot down again. I'd rather let the motorcycle fall over than put my foot down. A, because I know the motorcycle's heavy. I'm not going to be able to really stop it. B, I know that with engine guards and saddlebag guards, it's just going to fall and be on the engine guard and the saddlebag guard. So, all right, unless it's a really, really big fall where it actually goes beyond that and goes over. But, and outside of that, that's why we do exercise number 3. That's why I emphasize it so much. Trust and believe is so important because it's what comes in handy every time you feel like, uh-oh, I'm about to fall. Don't put your foot down. Just open up your hand. I know it's easier said than done, but that's why you have to practice it. Everything's easy when you know how to do it. All right? So again, I want to thank the preloaders and V.I.Preloaders that came out here today. Always appreciate it. I want to thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Remember, guys, I know these videos are lengthy, but we're learning here. All right? And this is important. This stuff can save your life. So if you're one of these people that like to skim through books when you read them and wonder why you got so many questions wrong on the test, it's kind of the same concept. If you need it all, watch it all. If you don't need it all, don't watch it all. But remember, even the most seasoned riders always are learning. All right? We're always learning, all of us. All right? Don't forget that, guys. All right? All right. Guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I know that there's anything that you guys could be doing with your time. And I'm thankful that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me and your fellow preloaders and V.I.Preloaders. All right? Shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys. Know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, the elite Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit. Particularly Highway 1 because that's where I worked. And the Highway District because that's where the school is. That's who taught me how to ride these motorcycles the way I ride them. But guys, I'm telling you, the way I'm riding today, the way I was riding yesterday, when I graduated wheel school, not even close to where I am now. Not even a year after that. Not even 2 years after that. Because even after that, I didn't have the mindset that I have now of this practice thing. I really didn't. When I came back to the Highway Patrol as a lieutenant, then I had it, right? Because now I have a different job capacity and I have the ability to say I'm gonna go out, set up some cones and tell my cops, come on, let's go practice. Can't really do that as a cop because you might have a supervisor that doesn't believe in that and says, no, you guys can't do that. So I do understand the importance of it now, and I want to share that with you. And I know you guys being preloaders and V.I.Preloaders, you understand that. That's what Preloader Nation is all about. All right, guys? So with that, practice. Preload and keep it loaded, and practice, guys, because practice breeds confidence. And the confident rider is not only a safer rider, but a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycle that much more. Riding fast is fun. I want you guys to have just as much fun riding slow. Until next time.